Hello, beautiful soul. I am really excited to dig into today's channeled message specifically for you. I was just sitting here and asking God, Source, Universe, what do you want to move through me for the person that is listening in right now, which is you? So, this message is specifically channeled for you if you stumbled upon this episode and something intuitively had you click listen. So, I'm really excited for whatever comes through, it's meant for you. So, what was coming through just first and foremost is this concept of every single thing around us is a mirror, and it's a portal for our own expansion. And what I mean by that is what we believe to be true in the moment will be reflected back to us in many different ways, and it's basically asking us to evolve based on the reflection. Now, let me kind of break this concept down. So essentially, for some reason, it's coming through to share it around like social media. So, for instance, if you feel that certain platforms feel safe to post on, unsafe to post on, neither is right or wrong, true or false. It is simply your truth in the moment, and that can shift in an instant. So, for instance, if you feel like it is safe to post on Instagram, but unsafe to post on TikTok or vice versa. What is this teaching me? How can I learn? How can I grow? How can I expand here? What is the internal dialogue that is being reflected back to me through the, let's say, social media or through a conversation with someone? So when we think about conversing with someone, if someone were to say, let's say we're in a conversation and they say something that feels triggering, from there, that's actually an indication of something deeper within us. It's not about the conversation, it's not about what they said. There's something so much deeper there. So, if we circle back to the social media example, and then I'll give you another example for what I just talked about. So, for social media, in my life, the example I just gave was actually something that I was experiencing, which was like, Instagram feels safe. I mean, I've cultivated such a beautiful and loving community there. Like when I share things, people respond back with like, I love you. I'm so grateful for you. Thank you so much for sharing this beautiful post, or yay, your family. I'm sending you guys so much light and love. Happy birthday. Whatever it is, I've created this beautiful high vibrational community in Instagram because that feels true to me. That feels safe in my body. That feels right for me. So I love posting on Instagram. It feels really good. It feels like my community, my family, my friends, we're all coming together to just connect with one another. And therefore, that is what is reflected back to me in that space. Now, TikTok, on the other hand, was an opposite story. I actually had a post go viral like 4 years ago when I first had William, my son, and it had like hundreds and thousands of views and then thousands of comments from people being like, I hate you, you're a bad mom, like F you. And so, of course, my nervous system was like, oh, TikTok is not safe. It's not safe for me to post here. So I was actually getting a reflection, which was really powerful. A message that I channeled was, it's not TikTok. It's not whether or not that safe is space, or that space is safe. It's about what is this actually teaching me that I have within me that I'm now taking as truth. So, for instance, the message that I channeled specifically around that was, Christina, it's not what they're saying that's triggering you. It is the part of you that fears that what they're saying could be true or might be right. Because if people were commenting on that post and saying, like, you're a purple dinosaur, like, you're a like black rhinoceros, or, like if people were, you're an alien, I would be like, okay, like that's such an off the wall like thing to say. Although, like, I'm sure there's a woo woo part of me that's like, am I an alien? Like, are we all? Like, I don't know. Like, let's unpack that. But ultimately, like the dinosaur thing, I'd be like, okay, you're crazy. So it wouldn't resonate with me. But when we think about, like, so the thing that people were commenting on was, you're a bad mom. I hate you. You're an idiot, blah, blah, blah. And it really triggered me because my fear in that moment was like, am I doing this wrong? I mean, I was literally 2 weeks postpartum with my first child. So any mom or anyone who just does something for the first time, there's a lot of trepidation there. When you're doing a big job for the first time, there's imposter syndrome. You're like, am I doing this right? Am I the worst at this? And so I got a lot of comments that basically were validating what I already felt inside of me, which is like, I am in over my head. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm on zero sleep. Like, how on earth, like, I don't know what to do here. And so I'm so grateful now, hindsight 2020, that happened because it allowed me to actually connect to, oh, do I really think I'm a bad mom? Let me unpack that. Like, am I a bad mom? And it let me really take a moment to unpack it to say, like, wait, what's actually true here? Because what I'm taking as truth at that moment in time was a subjective truth. Like, I'm a bad mom. I don't know what I'm doing. And when I started to really unpack it, it was like, wait a minute, I'm just new on the job. Wait a minute, can I start to give myself grace? And can I love myself? And wait, am I a bad mom? Like, does that post make me feel like I'm a bad mom? Actually, no, it was just a misinterpretation of what happened. And so it was so I'll just give you like an example of the post. So, 2 weeks postpartum, I'm like, hey, this sanitizer for the bottles is actually awesome because it dries the bottles in 30 minutes. I'm going to do a quick tutorial on how the sanitizer works. So because I'm videoing it with one hand and I'm cleaning the bottle with my other hand, I'm not actually getting in there and like scrubbing the bottle like I usually would. Like if I'm washing something with two hands, I'm like in there, I'm getting into the crevices. I mean, like, I don't know. My dad was like fully washed every single dish and then put it in the dishwasher. So like I'm kind of like used to like we're over cleaning things. So anyways, long story short, because I'm filming it, I'm like, you wash the bottle and then you put it in the sanitizer. So I'm showing people that process. You wash the bottle, put it in the sanitizer, you close it, and yay, you're welcome, world. Like, here's a link to where you can find like this incredible sanitizer. And everyone's like, you need to get into the corners, you need to scrub all the way into those crevices. Your baby could get sick. Like, you're an idiot. I freaking hate you. So it was this total overreaction to a situation that wasn't even true. Like, it was like, well, this isn't actually how I scrub bottles. And also, I'm actually a really good mom who's just learning on the job. Can I give myself grace? And the only reason that it stung was because there was a part of me that agreed with them. So, circling back to all of this, every single thing around us is a mirror for what's happening within us. So, when we feel triggered by something, like I gave you the example of when we're in communication with someone and they say something and it triggers us, essentially, it's telling us something about ourselves. It's not what they said. It's usually 12 layers deeper. Does this remind me of something from my childhood where I actually felt unsafe around XYZ? Is this example something that's actually having me think of something that is way deeper than this? Because I always say the triggers are essentially like the triggers are the guides. So essentially, what it's doing is it's saying, the pan was already hot, you just touched it. But what was heating the pan up in the first place? The trigger is the pan and you touched it. But what was heating it up in the first place? What's the source of the heat? And that's what we want to find that's so much deeper. And so that's where stepping into containers that have mirrored surfaces really help with this, because every single one of us has blind spots, myself included, which is why I will always have a healer on retainer, because I'm like, there's always more. Like, I want to understand myself, the mystery school that is me. I want to more deeply understand why I do the things they do, why I do the things that I do, and are they serving me? And if they're not, how can I cleanse and clear it and release it so that I can just live the happiest version of my life? And that will be different for me than it is for you. What I find to make me feel joy and peace and happiness will be different from every single person. And so it's really important to start to recognize what are the things that are triggering me and keeping me out of alignment. And so the things around us, these mirrors, are actually like incredible gifts for expansion. So when you're in relationship with someone, this is where it's so interesting. Like, if you're in a long-term partnership with someone, part of their job in this life school, is to trigger you so that you know what to heal. And what I mean by that is not like they're poking fun at you, like they're intentionally trying to piss you off. It's none of that. What I mean by that is the people that we're closest to, whether they're our partners, our best friends, family, the people that we're closest to are holding up mirrors because they most intimately know us and they're the closest ones to us. They're consciously and unconsciously holding up mirrors to us all the time. They're doing things that are ultimately allowing us to better understand ourselves. And what I mean by that is, so we know that feeling when we walk into a room and we can kind of read someone's energy, where we can say like, oh, that person is either confident or not confident before they've even said anything. Like, we just energetically are picking up on it, either because of body language, because we're intuitive, all of the above, right? And so if I'm like engaging with someone and I'm intuiting that they're not confident, when they're saying certain things, my initial reaction within myself is like, this person isn't confident, right? And so I'm consciously and unconsciously mirroring that back to them. So let's say someone is in sales and they're not confident about what they're selling, right? And you're feeling that. And so they're like, it's almost like a pick me energy, like, please buy from me. I need this sale to pay my rent. Like, whatever that looks like that energy, we can feel that. And so a part of us is like, no, like my answer is no, I don't want to lean forward with purchasing from you. So we're mirroring to that person that they have some healing work to do around their self-worth, right? Around confidence, around empowerment. So consciously or unconsciously, I'm mirroring back to people all day long what I'm intuiting, what I'm feeling. So people are consciously and unconsciously doing that for us too, so that we can evolve. So it's actually a huge gift. It doesn't feel like it in the moment though, because I'm human too. And I'm like, this is not a freaking gift. But it is actually a huge gift when we are triggered by something, because it's essentially asking us to evolve into the version of ourselves that can hold the vision that we are calling in. So for instance, like when we set, like, so with my clients, like we set powerful intentions around what it is that we desire. And as they're starting to go after that thing, they will get triggered along the journey so that they can grow and expand into the version of themselves that can hold that vision, right? This happens with me too. If I set a powerful intention that says, okay, I want to be this version of me that can make 7 figures a year. I want to be the version of me that's calling in a soulmate, or I want to be the version of me that's calling in XYZ. Along the way, let's say calling in a soulmate. Now I'm happily married, but like, let's just use this as an example. If you're calling in a soulmate, God source universe is going to say, if you want to call in a 10, quote unquote, let's say 10 being your optimal soul aligned, like soulmate, you have to start to heal some stuff. You have to step into a version that can actually hold that container that the two of you are stepping into. Because if this person is compassionate and present and loving and a beautiful individual, and they check every single box, who do they want to be in relationship with? Do they want to be in a relationship with the past version of you that doesn't check very many of their boxes? Or do they want to be in relationship with someone that checks all of their boxes too? And so we're in this beautiful dynamic that's asking us to kind of like step into this expanded version of self. And that's what our triggers are doing. So often my clients will come to me and they're like, I want to make more money. And I'm like, great. And so they think what we're going to do is basically work on like money affirmations, right? And like go back in and say like, where is that limiting belief around money? And yeah, we can do that. And we do that. But also they're going to get triggered in other areas of their life purposefully by God source universe, so that they can expand into the version of themselves that can hold the 7 figures, right? So for instance, if someone, let's say, is trying to call in 7 figures and they are like, okay, Christina, like, let's do a healing around all of my limiting beliefs around money. Yes, we can do that. And if they come to the session, they're like, my partner is like pissing me the F off. I'm like, perfect. Let's unpack this. Let's better understand what's coming through here. What is this mirroring? Because ultimately what's happening is the relationship, there's some heavy energy in the relationship dynamic, or the relationship dynamic is pointing the client into something within themselves that they need to heal. And so this is really beautiful, because what happens now is we go in and we start to heal and move that energy that it's pointing them to. The relationship, again, is just pointing them to the thing that they need to heal. We cleanse and clear that energy. And now what happens is their overall energetic vibration is higher, because the thing that they were holding shame or guilt or anger or resentment around in their relationship was also weighing down their energetic vibration overall. Because we are an average energetic vibration of all the things we think and feel in this lifetime and past lifetimes. Like we're pulling it all together. And so it's all related. So if the thing you're wanting to manifest is at a higher vibration, absolutely the things that are triggering us in partnership have very much so much to do with raising your frequency such that now you're in a higher vibrational state and getting into alignment with the thing that you want. So often that's where I think people get tripped up around, magnetizing in money, is they're like, I just need to do the affirmations and I just need to focus on money. And I'm like, that is like a part of it, but there's so much more at play here. Like we're talking about energy and everything is energy. What is energetically weighing you down and what is actually raising your vibration and your frequency? And that's the beauty of these containers that I hold for my clients is that every single session is so different and every single session is allowing them to quickly evolve into that next level version of self that can hold the vision that they actually desire. So like we will work on like all of these other things and all of a sudden they'll be like, "Oh my gosh, I just magnetized in like an incredible contract. Oh my gosh, I just magnetized in 3 soul aligned clients. Oh my gosh, I just this partnership and now I'm speaking on this stage and it's because their frequency is rising as they're healing everything, right? And that's the beauty of this space is that, and the containers that I hold is that it's always so, every single session is so different, but it's so powerful and so unique to every single person as they step in because there's always something unique that needs to move within that person or be healed or witnessed or loved within that person. So ultimately, like the triggers are the guides, they are the expanders, they are the things that are taking us into this next level version of self that can hold the vision that we so desire. So I'm here to just remind you that even when in those moments we're like, oh, like we're having the human moment where we're feeling really, really, really triggered, there's beauty in that. And that's the power of stepping into mirrored spaces or being able to hold these beautiful spaces for yourself or in my mind, both are incredibly important. That helps us evolve into the version of us that can hold the vision so much faster. Like I will always have both. I will always have my healer on retainer because there are blind spots that I'm so connected to something, I'm so biased about something that I need someone to hold a bigger vision for me. Even though I'm spiritual, even though I'm so connected in, even though I can see the bigger vision for other people because I'm emotionally connected to something, sometimes it can cloud our vision. So I will always have that person that can help me see the thing from a 300,000-foot view versus the 1 foot view that I'm looking at, right? Where it's like everything is bad, and it's like, well, let's zoom out. And also, it's so important for us to be empowered to move energy ourselves, right? I think that is so important too, because that's one of the big things I learned as well, which was like, I used to feel really dependent on my psychics, on my healers. And it was like, well, wait, I get to be able to empower myself to move the energy in real time too. It's so important, or to be able to channel the information on my end as well. Because I don't want to wait till next Tuesday. I want to know it now. I want to be able to heal it now. And so, absolutely, I think that we need both when we're starting to manifest anything that we want, when we're evolving into this next level version of our version of success. So, I will always, always advise, no matter who that person is that they're leaning into, to find their person that's going to support them in stepping into the next level version of self and holding a powerful container so they can break through the things that have been holding them back and see things from the bigger vision. But also, I 10 out of 10 recommend hiring someone who will empower you to be able to do this yourself as well. Because I have worked with healers and I have worked with psychics that are like, come to me for all the answers. And they didn't teach me how to unpack this and uncover this and heal this myself. So eventually, my intuition was like, you got to go to someone else. Find someone who's going to empower you to find the answers within yourself and find someone who's going to empower you to recognize how powerful I myself am as a healer so that I can heal things in real time, so that I can be intuitively guided. And so both of them are so, so, so important. So I hope that this resonated with you. This was something that just landed and was like, okay, we got to start recording right now because every single one of these episodes are channeled. It is what is God's source universe desire to move through me and magnetize in the person that is meant to hear this message today, the souls that are most meant to resonate with this message that will find the golden nugget that's going to take them to the next level version of self. So I'm just so grateful to hold this sacred space for you to start to have these mirrored spaces to better understand the mystery school that is you and to love on yourself even more and to create more ease and flow and abundance in your life all across the board. So I am sending you so much light and love. If you loved this episode, I would be eternally grateful if you gave us that 5-star review. It has helped expand the podcast in so many ways. And it allows for more and more incredible guests to step into this space and sprinkle their magic all over the place. And so I'm just so grateful for you tuning in, for sharing your most sacred resource with us, your time. I truly, from the depths of my soul, I love you. I can feel your energy whenever I'm channeling in this space. And I am literally channeling these messages specifically for you. So I love you so much. I'm so grateful that you're here. And until next time. Mwah.